Hello everybody. I was recently tagged by Rusty on Hellcorrex26 channel and to talk about what we do for hobbies outside of the wargaming and miniature painting hobby. And before I go into that, I'm going to go into a little background about myself, which kind of explains my hobbies, I think. I grew up on a small family farm in the middle of the United States, in the state of Iowa. And through that, I think I developed my interests and hobbies. I developed a love of animals and taking care of animals, raising animals, growing plants, ornamentals, crops, and being outside in general. And almost anything that you can do outside is something I'm going to enjoy. And so after growing up on the farm, I went to college, or university for 4 years. Didn't plan to come back to farm. The farming economy was kind of struggling, like it does often, and so I was looking to do something different. But after being away and studying other subjects, other sciences for 4 years, I learned that deep down my real love was animals and taking care of animals and growing things. And so I thought, you know, what better way to combine all those things than to come back and farm. And so after I graduated, I came home and farmed with my dad for a couple of years. And so then in 1993, I met my wife, and so we bought a farm of our own back about 18 to 20 miles from where I grew up. And so then that started a long road of blood, sweat, and tears to get the farm paid for. Shortly after we were married, we started a family also, and had 2 wonderful kids, and raised hogs, sheep, cattle, corn, soybeans, and alfalfa. My wife is not a farmer, so she works off the farm, and I had some help from my family when I first started, but for years now I've been basically doing it on my own, and which eats up most of my extra time. So really, I had interest when I was, growing up, outside of that, but once we bought the farm and started the family, that kind of became my life, and I wanted it to be. I mean, that's what I committed all of my time to. And so all the hobbies just kind of got shoved in boxes, and so, but at the same time, I guess in a way, I made my job my hobbies my job. I love taking care of the animals, seeing them born, getting them started, taking care of them with health problems. I do most of my own veterinary work on them. I can fix a broken leg on an animal. I do all my own vaccinations, raise the feed to feed them, and market them. And so it's been a passion, a love, frustrating at times, a battle at times, but that was I guess a case where I made my hobbies my career, and I don't regret that. But now my oldest daughter's getting married in 2 weeks, and my youngest daughter is halfway through her college experience. She's got 2 years left, just left this last week. And so in the last, I would say about 5 years, I've started looking at bringing back some of my old interests, digging through some of my old boxes. The farm is paid for now. Not that you're ever done, but there's always equipment costs and repairs and more ground. But anyway, and I'm getting older, so dug through some of my stuff, and that's when I got back into miniature painting. And through YouTube, actually found some people that don't live so far from me that we've gotten together some, actually getting some tabletop games in. I do some board gaming and wargaming. I enjoy thematic board games. Things from like Flying Frog would be like Shadows of Brimstone, Touch of Evil, Fortune and Glory, are a few that I really like. Arkham Horror is another game that I enjoy. Besides the old Hex Encounter games from Avalon Hill. But so other than a passion for animals and gardening and growing plants and taking care of anything that lives or grows outside, the other thing that I've enjoyed my entire life, also I guess since I was young, is I like college football, U.S. or American college football. I do watch pro football some, follow it some, but it's hard to beat the excitement and the passion and the pageantry of college football. It's just something I love about it. And in the state of Iowa, we don't have any professional teams, so maybe that's part of the reason. But so I've been an Iowa Hawkeye fan, which is right here, since I was probably 10, 11 years old. Mostly in the fall, as of course they play games in the fall, and that's when I'm harvesting crops. So I'm working night and day getting crops in for the entire football season, basically. So I listen to a lot of the games on the radio. Been to a handful of games. Quite a thrill. Quite an experience. If you're into college football, you know what I mean. But yeah. So then, other than that, I used to have a stamp collection, which I still have. I'd probably dig out someday when I get more time. I'll probably always have critters around of some sort that I take care of. I was the kid that always, if there was a bird that fell out of the nest, or the rabbit that got injured by the mower, or I'd be the one that would drag him in the house and try to nurse him back to life. And so I've always had dogs and cats outside. I just love taking care of them, earning the animals' trust, and it's something special, I guess. I just like taking care of living things. Anyway, I guess those are kind of my things that I do outside of this hobby. This is really painting miniatures and trying to do a little bit of wargaming that's not solo. It is really my primary thing I do in my spare time. It's hit and miss. There's times when I don't get it in at all. But it's a nice break from reality and the pressures of trying to make money and the stresses of real life, which you guys and gals all know what that is. But anyway, so that's kind of a little bit about me, what my background is, my other interests, and part of this being tagged, you're supposed to tag 3 other people. And so I'd like to tag James over on JVC Paints. He does a lot of neat stuff. He does everything from bolt action to a lot of World War II stuff, some like English Civil War type stuff, scenery, terrain. He's just a real enjoyable channel to listen to. He's a lot of fun, so check him out if you haven't already. Another one that another guy that encouraged me to start my own channel, Stig on Stig of the Dump. He does a lot of neat things, a lot of 40K, some old Warhammer fantasy, some bolt action. Been recently getting into, does a great job with his painting, and that's also another channel that's a lot of fun to watch, so check him out if you haven't already. And the final one is Chris Waring. He's a smaller channel, but he puts up a fair amount of videos. A lot of them are He's been doing a lot of work with the Romans and Celts, and he's got a lot. He does a nice job, and I think if we could throw a little support his way, he'd appreciate that too. And I'd love to hear from you, Chris, what else you enjoy doing. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are having a good day.